dancing. Oh, we are now live, guys. So this is Syncretize episode 25, and we are getting going
Quarter
today.
to 100.
Yeah, quarter of the way there, and today we are recapping my time as a gamer for 1 hour a week for the last almost 10 weeks. We were going through a game called Detroit Become Human. The game was provided by Kenny and it was coached by Micah to try to get me acclimated into the gamer world. I thought it was
Absolutely.
actually, and in the end, I have to admit, it was fun to get to the end of the
Yay.
story. But I, by no means, would call myself a gamer. But we were just having this conversation. Does that mean that I'm now a gamer? If I never pick up those sticks again, does that make me a gamer?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys are serious. That makes you a gamer. If I never play
You've
again.
you've had the gamer experience.
But just
Absolutely.
so
That's
we're
like
saying,
if you
just
never
'cause-
ride a bike again, you can't ride a bike anymore.
just because I had the gamer experience, so I am now a gamer. Let me see if I can get somebody in here. Send some comments. If anybody, any time to watch this, these guys are telling me I'm a gamer. I can't rock with it. We got a couple people looking. You tell me.
What's wrong with being a gamer?
Huh? What's wrong? What's right with being a gamer?
What's
How
wrong
about
with
that?
being a gamer?
How about that? What's right with being a gamer? I don't
You
understand.
can't answer my
the-
question with the question. That's just unfair.
Of course
We've
I
done
can.
this one.
And what
We've
is
done
it?
this one already.
What's this one that we've done already?
What's
Kenny.
right about being a gamer?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did this
It's
one.
been so many episodes
What?
that I don't remember how to
No.
do this.
Oh, you mean talking about what it means to be a gamer?
The benefits of being a gamer
Okay.
as well,
All right.
and how it affects ministry as well. We've gone over this.
We did do
so
that. We did, but that was our precursor to going through this 10-week process of me playing this video game. And now you're saying because I
Right.
played the video game for the 1 hour a week for 10 weeks, I'm a gamer.
That's actually quite modest because most gamers / streamers, 1 hour is nothing.
Yeah.
They will be there forever. So the fact that you were able to do it for an hour and really gain something from it, a lot of streamers should be able to, because sometimes streamers lack self-control.
And I think
I'm gonna
that's
play
the
this
whole,
for an hour. Boom,
isn't
did
but
it.
isn't that the whole issue with what
And the fact that you were able to
parentals-
stay committed to it for the 10 weeks is also credit to
That
the fact
too.
that you have not become a gamer.
Absolutely.
Well, now you do remember the game that we were playing, however, had some objectives, and my objective going in was to complete that which we started out with, which was you gave me this thing to do, which was play this game. It had
Yes.
a finite story to it that at some point I would get to the end. So I had no problem being able to commit to that thing for the 1 hour a week because I knew at some point this is going to be done and I could put it away. And it would have been a check mark in the story of my life that I played this video game all the way till the end, came out with a positive outcome, by the way, Kenny.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
I was
Saved
looking into
everybody.
it for a few bits.
We did
Where
break
I
it.
didn't.
You were unable to, and you were a gamer, and you played this
You really
stuff.
killed. You
Yeah.
killed the small
No.
child. How
No.
could you?
Let me be clear. The only person that perished was the child because I felt cheated.
You felt cheated,
It is a
so
small
you gave up
I
the
thought
child.
she was human.
Well, Kenny, to your point, so did I. Until whatever part we got to the game where it was discovered. I think we were in Zion in
That's
the
like-
Matrix, but it was Jericho in this thing. We're all the promised land for the robots.
Yes.
That we
I
got
feel like
to.
that's like 80% the way through the game because the only thing that's happened after that is the last march and Connor almost dying and hopefully saving Kara and what's the big guy's name?
Luther.
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 And
Luther was my guy.
wanted-
Luther was my
get
guy.
Luther and Kara and small child to safety because she is a small child.
What? Because she's a
But
small child? I don't get what that
Yes.
means.
That is all the logic
but
I need. Thank
I'm
you.
going to be
Okay.
I've spoken my
100%
piece.
honest with you.
Okay.
I
Well,
have
Not
spoken.
only
I
was it
prefer 100% honesty versus 75% honesty.
okay, your experience in this game, even though I had already played it, it was so eye-opening to me because not just that we made different choices,
Mm-hmm.
but actually having the experience of your experience in the same, like, I feel like you walked a mile in my shoes,
Uh huh.
but you ended up somewhere else, which
Right.
means that, for example, if I was to say, okay, Pastor Brooks, instead of giving it back to me, give it to Pastor Savory and let him go
Ah.
through,
Uh huh.
let
Uh
him go
huh.
through it, and let's watch to
Him
see
do. Let's
if
see
he
what he does
arrives.
at the
Yeah,
same
let's see if he
choices as we
arrives
do.
at the
Hey, I
right.
wonder if he would
He
be willing to
probably will
do that.
not
Actually,
kill the kid.
yeah, I want to see him do it. I want to see Wade do it. Part of me wants to see your wife do it, but I know that's not
My
going to
wife's
happen.
not gonna do it. She can't do it.
I know it,
School.
but I really do feel like it would be wonderful to see like her or Andrea. Like I want to see a woman
Uh huh.
in this too,
Uh huh.
because I think it's so telling in that even though you're having this experience and
Mhm.
you're immersed in the game, it's like, okay, so what in this situation means the most to you?
Hold on one second, Kenny. Hold on one
Yes.
second. Miguel, we are talking about a game called Detroit Become Human. I've been playing this game on Sundays for the last like 10 weeks. And
Absolutely.
as a result, we just finished it last week. So now we're doing like a recap of my gameplay. What did I learn? And so far we've learned I'm a gamer now because I did this thing. And
Go watch
so
Absolutely.
some of those
Kenny
videos
is
if you
giving me
haven't already.
some some
And that's
feedback
literally
now.
what it's called. That's literally what it's called, Dr. Brooks. You did a
What?
thing.
I did a
That's how
thing.
we say it on Twitch. I did a thing.
Are you
Yes.
kidding me? Played the game
Nope.
It
or
literally say
finished the
I did a
game?
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
I did a
finishing
thing.
a
I
game
did a
is
thing.
called I did a thing. So I'm
I
really a
did.
gamer
Yeah.
then. So I'm a gamer for real.
Absolutely.
I got gamer lingo and didn't even know. Now,
There you go.
I heard you say something just now, Kenny, that immediately made the um, made my ears perk up from the evangelistic and discipleship points of view. If you would allow me to make these connections, that
Okay.
as you said, you got what did you see? You felt like you were walking in my shoes, watching me play the game that you had already played because you made
Absolutely.
different choices.
Yes.
And for every person who calls themselves a disciple or a member of the church or a part of a church body, a Christian group, a community of people walking in the same direction, whenever someone is invited to be a part, everyone gets to experience the new person's revelations, their new experiences in this new way of being in this community. We view it through that person's eyes. And I think as church people or as people who are committed to Christ, we have lost our willingness to walk with other people and experience their decisions in this new atmosphere. I think it's interesting that Micah would be yelling in my ear to make one decision versus another. I would want to do one thing, and sometimes I would submit to, all right, Micah, what should we do? And other times I would be like, nah, I ain't doing that at all because I don't want to do that. Go ahead, Kenny.
Okay, so first of all, gold star.
Gold star, thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely,
We get a gold
because
star.
this Sabbath, I actually preached about the sermon was called "The Dark Night of the Heart," and
Mercy.
it's about this idea
Was that from
that
Nolan?
no,
Henry Nowen? I
it
think he
actually
talks about Dark Night of the
Oh,
Soul.
Batman.
Isn't that Henry Nowen?
actually I think he does.
But you went Dark Knight of the Heart, so you were making a Batman
Yeah.
reference, not a Henry Nouwen reference.
Batman.
No, actually, it was a now one reference
Uh-huh.
because I was after having seen you do this, and like I said, I felt like you walked a mile in my shoes. The sermon was basically every Sabbath is like October 31st. We all come into the church wearing a costume, wearing a mask, and acting like these experiences that we have are not common to mankind. My experience is so unique and so complicated that nobody understands. And it's like watching you do this for 10 weeks, I'm like, now just look at this. Not only did you have this undertaking, but you also had somebody beside you who was trying to guide you. Now, whether you listened or not, it's not the point. The point is that Master Michael was there every step of the way, even when you didn't take his advice. So if you messed up, he would still be there. He didn't
Right.
just okay, that's it. You're not doing what I say, so I'm out.
I like
And
it.
then the other,
I led
then
him
the
on the
other
path
part,
of no more killing.
the other part,
He did. He was my Holy Spirit in that regard. He didn't let me
Right.
kill no more.
but see, then it was like there were times when you were playing when you literally hand him the controller.
I
And
did.
I'm like,
I
come
did.
on, bruh.
Come on, Jesus.
That was
Oh.
preaching right there.
Hold on,
and-
Kenny. Brother Edsel Kaday, we are actually using Ecamm, and I'm just trying it out during our talk today. So I'm doing this while we're talking using Ecamm. Yes, so this is why I can't edit while we're streaming. That's what we're doing. All right, go ahead, Ken.
But I just thought that was so dope because you like for the sake of the time when you did it, you're more advanced in years. You
That I would
this
be
is a
willing
person that you
to trust
have
him.
because in this context right now,
Uh-huh.
though you might be advanced in years, he has more experience.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
being humble enough to say, you know what? I'm going to turn this over to you because
You know
I
this
feel like
stuff.
this is what I need to do. So in real life, it's like there are times when you have to say, when I have to say, all right, Dr. Brooks, I need a head that's wiser than mine. You got to help me through this because I can't. And I think that's supposed to be part of the Christian experience that sometimes we hand off control because we don't know what we're doing.
Right. And I think that's a great point that you're making right there, especially because when it comes to recognizing what I did not know or what the expectation. Now, what's funny is I would hand it off to Micah to take over in spaces, even though he ain't played a game before either. He was
But he is
learning
a gamer.
But he is a gamer. But we were both learning it as we were going, and he was able to take advantage of what he had already experienced in the gaming atmosphere. So, and outside of, in addition to the fact that he was younger and these sorts of things, he was just grabbing on too quickly. I was willing to
That's the mind of a gamer.
But I was willing to hand off to him. Now here we go. Here's your next church application for every person in leadership. We need to be able to hand off the keys. In the what's that book that comes out of Fuller, the Green Book that we all had to read a couple years ago.
Oh yeah,
younger. Growing young. In the book Growing Young, there are 6 keys to handing off leadership. One of them is handing the keys to the younger set, giving them responsibility, and trusting them with that responsibility. What this gaming experience allowed me to recognize is that while I know a whole bunch of things more than my 14-year-old child, in this
God
space,
is huge.
he knew what to do, how to do it, and to do it quicker than what I would want to do leaning on my own way of being. So us working together in parts of the game allowed us to be able to have positive outcomes. Is there somebody out there at your church? You need to partner with some of the young people at your space, even especially now while we're in this COVID season. Get some young people together to ask them to teach you how to do something. You ain't got to be the get. You don't have to have all of the knowledge. You don't have to be the one driving the whole thing. You want kids. You want your young people to be running the church. They need to feel like they're running it now. They need. Oh, go ahead, Kenny, because you look like you're about to
No,
have
but
a
I'm
seizure.
saying like, but I'm saying like right now, like what you're saying is so timely because given the space that we're in because of the pandemic, this is really the time for our young people to shine. Because when it comes to all of this, I'm not knocking you, I'm not knocking me, but at the same time, this is what you given to, bro. Especially in youth ministry, dude. Community game nights. How can we take a live stream of a game and bring it to all the people? I think I remember you saying like some months back when this first
Yeah.
started that you guys were playing. It's a game on the Switch from Jackbox. It's a drawing game.
Oh, which one was that we played, Michael? What's the name of the game that we played?
Drawful.
Drawful.
Drawful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that Drawful was a thing, or did Micah tell you that it was?
I had no idea. Micah introduced it to our family because he wanted us to do something together because we're always yelling at him that he's always playing these games and he doesn't invite anybody in the family to be a part of it. So in his effort to connect us as a family, he found found a set of games that we could play, and they were all party games, but they were games that we could all be involved in together as a group. So that was helpful. And the unfortunate thing is because he introduces these games, he knows how to play all of them ahead of time, which is extremely frustrating because he don't know how to not try to win. He can't just let somebody else win. He got to try to make himself the top
It's in
dog.
my nature. I
That young
like
man's a
winning.
gamer right there. Come on, man.
And then he brags about it. I don't know where he gets that from, but
Micah,
it's just
next
awful.
time, Overwatch.
It's just awful. It's
No, but
terrible.
you know what?
He's a terrible winner.
It's during these times like this where we can actually spot the talent and help our young people hone their skills in this space that we're in. Help set the stream up, do all this other stuff so that if and when we go back to a church setting, bro, you in there. In fact, Kennedy, she's been doing I went to church because I was setting up our studio, quote unquote, and she was asleep on the stage. So as I'm over there working, whatever, she woke up and walked over to me with her Bible and said to me, "Daddy, I want to read this on stream." That came out of nowhere, so I'm like, "Yeah, that's Holy Spirit. I'm not gonna touch it. Go ahead, get in front of the camera."
Uh-huh.
I turned the
she
camera
really?
on. I pointed to her, and she's been doing it children's story consistently.
Oh, so she's
And the
been reading your children's story.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that's
Like,
great.
and people are like when they first saw it, they were like, "Oh my gosh, is that Kennedy?" You know, like she reads well, but now it's to the point where they and her look forward to it. And so my pastor walked up to me after church and was like, "This is going to sound weird, but what do you think about Kennedy being children's ministry leader?"
You're right.
I
It
said,
does
"What are you
sound
talking
weird, but that's amazing.
What you talking about?" He said, "Pastor Ken, children have their own language that they speak." See, like you just said a while ago, I got gamer lingo now, so I'm a legit gamer. It's another language. Yeah, it's another language. So it's like it's not really that difficult because her mom and her dad are here. So obviously we'll give her some guidance, but kids speak their own language. And so it is a radical idea to believe that a child could lead a child. Like, no, you need an adult. But if we got anything from your gaming experience, sometimes it's not the adult who needs to lead, it's the young person who needs to lead. And you have to be humble enough, like I said before, to pass off control. No, you have to do this. This is your time now. But many of us are afraid of that eclipse. It's rough because we think once we get in the position that we're supposed to die out of the position.
Mercy. But now here's the thing, Micah. You were sitting next to me all these times, listening to me complain
Yes.
about you and to you.
What up, Juan?
What was your experience with all that? What did you think? Think somebody else was
I thought it was actually just fun. It's like some things like I wish I could control, but then it's also like interesting to see like what decisions you would make like in these certain things. Like so I'd be saying like, no, do this, do this, do this. Like there were the times when you would like just choose, hey, no, I'm gonna do this. It's like, oh, okay, so that's what he would do in the situation, and it's just like interesting to watch.
Hey, Juan de la Cruz. Hola, papi. What's going on, man? It's good to see you.
You know, we had a meme battle a few years back with Chuck Norris.
A meme
It
battle?
was lit. Yeah. Me and Juan. It was dope. But let me say
That's
something
crazy.
because Micah, even Micah's experience, like
Uh-huh.
I was having the same experience in your mentions while you were
Uh-huh.
playing.
Right.
I was in Lowe's. You had me yelling in Lowe's.
About the decisions we were making?
Yeah. Pastor Brooks, go. Oh, snap. Me in public. Okay. All right.
It's me saying
For real,
literally, move. Why are you not
My
moving?
father-in-law was
Time.
like, hey, Ken, you need to relax. We in public. What are you
Right.
watching? I was like, my bad. It's Dr. Brooks. He's killing me.
Like, why are you
He's
moving
killing
so slow? Time.
and even
See that was Micah's thing, and Micah, I want to speak to your desire. Hey, Saba, what's going on? I want to speak to this,
snap.
Micah, as you've just made that comment. And again, this is the issue sometimes that we have when it comes to our church. That there are young people looking at us as leaders, and their thinking is, you're moving way too slow. Why can't we do this faster? Why does there have to be a billion meetings? Why does we have to do all these other things? Because Micah sat next to me on the couch playing this game, and he would tell me, Dad, you're not doing it fast enough. You gotta tap it before it turns red or whatever. He was like, I thought I was doing a good job. Hence, me handing off the sticks to him, Kenny, every now and again, because he said he could do it faster than I could. Now I handed it off grudgingly, believing. Now here's the thing. Here's what I want you to see. Hey, Saba, here's what I want you to understand. I handed him the sticks grudgingly, expecting him to fail, so he would have to give them back. How many times in leadership do we begrudgingly put young people in charge, but then expect them to fail? We don't give them no training. We don't give them no help. We don't give them no budget. And then we turn around when they fail or when they slip up and say, see, this is why they shouldn't have had that anyway. See, this is why we don't never let them do, because they couldn't be trusted. And my contention, or what I've learned, is that when we hand things off to young people, we can't do that with the idea that they're going to fail. We have to do it with the intention of making them succeed. Can I speak to a larger point right now, if y'all would allow me? The challenge that we have in the world today is the lack of leadership development in other people, because we would rather help somebody fail than do what's necessary to help them rise. Because if you rise based on my help, we both win, in my opinion. But if you fail and I ain't do nothing, then all I do is stand back and see, that was on you. That's a wrong way of thinking. And it's not gospel. That's not what we've been called to do. If you're a person who commits to Christian values or a way of being that as a Christ follower. Yes, I love this thing. Juan de la Cruz says this. I'm going to put it on the screen. He says, success will always be propelled forward by the fuel of failure.
Legit. However, to
Go
what
ahead,
you
go
just
ahead.
said, I have a question and then a comment. I would laugh most days when you stream, because the posture that Micah had next to you, I like to call that the frustrated gamer posture.
Okay.
So like one hand up, leaning that back, So you can't really see his eyes because if it were possible for a person to roll their eyes so much that they shoot out the sockets, he'd be blind today.
Was I
Because that
rolling my eyes?
No, he's
come on, bro.
believing that you are rolling your eyes because of your way you
Often
looked.
often that's part of the thing too to what you said, that the posture of the one waiting to get in the game is a frustrated one because it's like the person in charge, like you said, doesn't understand the time to strike is now,
Mm-hmm.
but you're waiting, and I don't know what you're waiting for. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Micah, is it the bureaucracy, as one person put it to me, that's the problem, or is it just the one who is in control has they don't have their finger on the pulse of young people? Like, what is it?
I would say that, like, if I could make my own analogy, um, when we were actually like playing the game, like me knowing like how games like this work, watching someone who didn't know how it worked, like I wanted to help, but then I wasn't saying it in the most or in like the best way that it would sound like I was trying to be encouraging, and it more sounded like I was calling his lack of knowing what to do uh, an insult, I guess, if that
Yes,
makes
that's all he
sense.
did was insult me without saying anything while we were playing the game.
Learn
That's
to
his,
pass through
that.
the
And
fire. Continue, Micah.
and then like if I could make an example, this is a little I'm not sure if we've said this already, but how many times do does the Holy Spirit look at us knowing that we do have no clue what we're doing and he wants to help, but we don't allow him to help and we try to do it on our own? How
So,
often does
Micah,
that
I
happen?
want to know why, and at what point did you believe you was gonna start preaching in the seat? That's what I want to know. What,
Hey, you were
where did
doing
the,
it already.
where did this preaching seed come from? My Lord, that's a word right there.
yeah, absolutely. And if I may, that is the thing. I summed it up to simply being how like when you edit videos you have transitions.
Mm-hmm.
Transitions only last for like 2 or 3 seconds unless they're very elaborate.
Right.
You know, there's a transition, we're right back here. I don't think that we understand that in that small block of time, you know how the Bible says that when you don't retain God in your mind as God,
Mm.
that you will be given over to. My thing is, in that small amount of seconds, to Micah's point, that's exactly what happens. And even that is a choice.
Mm.
That's a choice. There's somebody sitting right next to you, Dr. Brooks. They know what they're doing. However, I actually commend you, Micah, for not saying anything because this has to be Dr. Brooks's experience. So
Mm.
forcing your will on him to give you control is not having the same result as him humbly handing it to you. It's two different results. And so even as a brother in Christ, I'm saying I can't I can't want a dub for you more than you want it for you.
Mm.
You might have to take this L so you can come back stronger.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. Well, then that isn't that the whole idea of what? What are you doing? Did he
Who?
just freeze?
No,
I think
I'm
so.
fine.
I wasn't sure what was going on there, but I think
Oh,
that's the same thing Juan was saying when he's talking about how failure can propel someone into success. Anytime we have a failure, we're much more willing to take whether it's chances. We learn from it. There's that phrase that a lot of people say there. You either win or you learn, but you never lose. And that's the whole idea. If you can learn from your failure, you will eventually see success. How large
but see,
that
here
is
comes
failure is going to be different. Well,
but
go
see, here
ahead.
comes here comes Overwatch, here comes Apex, here comes Fortnite.
Uh,
Unfortunately, in the church, we view failure as final.
Mercy.
Failure in the church equals sin. So
All right,
when
all
a
right. Go back.
person,
Go back. Go back. Go back.
yes,
What do you mean by that? Failure equals sin.
okay, so when a person sins, that's failure. They made
Okay,
a
that's
mistake
what.
right here.
Okay, got you. All right.
what we're not meant to do is berate the person so much that they don't. The only thing they learn is how much I suck.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I said income's Overwatch, Christianity is a team-based sport, and most of the heat you gonna catch is from your own teammates because they act like they don't understand your failure, but everybody wants to take part in your success.
Mm.
And personally, I think that sucks
I love
because
that. I just like that.
Why did that scare me?
oh,
Why did that scare me?
bro,
Hey,
I froze.
I
I was
wasn't
like, oh
ready.
god,
I'm having
my heart
fun
Not
today.
ready.
I'm having fun today with all of my with my
that's
I
what's
was
up.
my
not
sound
ready.
effects for the podcast.
Jesus,
Man.
he just
I'm-
killed me.
I'm trying to learn how to do all of this stuff in game, as it were, as we're
See,
doing
there you
things.
go.
Because then it's that I think that
Using
makes
all
the
the
time
gamer
listening
lingo.
a whole lot more valuable.
But
What did you say,
but I
Micah?
feel like that's part of the costume. You know what I'm saying? That we wear to
Yeah.
church. Like when a person sins, you know, many of us we do our best. We run very fast to make sure that a person's failure is public. It's known. It's just like when you're playing on Xbox, you lose a game. Somebody jumps into your chat and says, "Why do you suck so much?" It's like,
Mercy.
dude, you weren't even doing what you were supposed to do. Like everyone is supposed to check their gameplay so that the next time we're in there, we can succeed. But no, instead, we run fast and far. Don't play with Dr. Brooks. He's messed up. He doesn't know how to do this. He doesn't know how to do that. He did this. He did that. And the rest of us, we buy it and we never even picked up the controller and say, hey, man, get in the game. Let's see if we can't make you better.
Right.
I mean,
But
in
see-
sports, we know that a good basketball player makes his team better.
And hence what Edsels talked about earlier with how LeBron brought on AD to hand off. But at the same time, there is no question now. In as much as I am not a LeBron fan, I can respect that this man knows how to make a team run and gives the everybody was harping on that dude. What's dude from that was with the Spurs went to Toronto?
Who missed
Green,
the three?
and
All
missed
those
the three.
memes happening.
He missed the three in that pivotal game 4, and
I saw a bunch of memes of like LeBron waking him up so I can shoot threes for the next few days until.
but you know
Till the next
what
final game.
what LeBron undoubtedly said to him when that game was over, you take that shot every time. Win, lose, or draw, you take the shot. You miss it this time doesn't mean you're going to miss it every time. And I think that's the point, even what Juan just said, talking about failure is just a rehearsal towards success. I get you take that
Absolutely.
shot every single time because you might miss it this game, but you're not going to miss it every game. And the whole idea, and coming back to using our gaming analogy, even just for leadership development, is you will miss every shot you don't take. You miss every shot you don't take. So if you're gonna be in the game, then you better be like Alexander Hamilton in in the musical and take.
Not throwing away my shot.
Don't throw away your shot. Thank you. That's what I was trying to remember. How to do the right phrasing.
Absolutely. And you know
don't throw away
something?
your
I think
shot.
I'm hoping like this gaming experience also show viewers and yourself that there is another day. What we shouldn't do is whatever choices you made in the game. If you got down to the end of it and you weren't really happy about the choices you made, well, those choices are made. They're
Right.
done.
Right.
The only thing we can do now is go forward. If we cannot find a way back from our sins, we cannot live. Okay? So, I mean, and I understand I've lost games.
Right.
I have sinned. So once again, when other gamers around me or other Christians around me fail, I'm not supposed to say, nah, look at you. I should say, I understand. Get back up. We got another game to play. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is the best of 6. This is a marathon. This ain't just a a race, bro.
Yeah.
In a sprint.
We need to keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But often that's missing.
But do you find that there is the behavior of the gamer, or having a gamer's attitude can help you to be a better person in other aspects of your life? This idea that you've got another life, you've got another opportunity. We speak of that text out of Lamentations that says brand new mercies, or your mercies renew with every morning, that we keep getting these new opportunities. And in the gaming ideal, or when you play a video game, you know that you're going to get another chance. As a matter of fact, if I'd made mention of this a couple of times playing with Mike, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to die. I'm not physically dying. I just know that during the parameters of the game, I'm going to get another chance if I know how to do this. Right? If I make the wrong choice, I'm not gonna get kicked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I didn't want any of the main characters to die. So.
What is
Let
that?
me just
What
check
is
my
that?
notes here.
Handbook for the recently deceased.
Mercy. Is that a gamer's book? Is that a book for gamers? I don't understand. You looking at me? I don't know what that is.
This is from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice
No.
is a 30-year-old movie.
So what? You should know that.
I didn't watch it. I didn't even watch. I think I might have watched it halfway through. I wasn't into Beetlejuice.
What is your life?
You know what?
No. I actually, because
What's hilarious is that you actually have
I remember
that.
you said that. Yeah, that's actually quite funny. And I wrote it in this book because you made that comment.
What was the comment that I made?
I'm
You
not
seen
gonna
what Juan
die.
wrote?
This is not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die. This is not. Hey, bro, life is real.
I can't even see what that says.
It's from Beetlejuice. Don't worry about
Also,
it. Listen.
oh my lord. I
So,
thought you were a
here's the
Batman
thing.
fan. Now you're a Beetlejuice fan too?
What are you?
Man.
I didn't
let me
see
stay on
anything else
point.
that was Beetlejuice in your house. I didn't see anything else Beetlejuice.
It's on the other side. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
there you
Listen.
go.
Here's the thing. You said
Anybody
well,
watching
it's
this
not
right
real.
now, I want to encourage you to not be like Kenny. Okay?
No,
Don't be like
you
Kenny.
should be like me. Don't be. Let me tell you something. Beetlejuice is a classic, and to watch it halfway through is a sin. I gotta talk to the Lord about it, but I think it's a sin. Okay.
All right, read me
Michael-
what you
Michael
wrote.
Keaton is
Man.
a dang on national treasure. Come
Yeah,
up.
see that I will agree with you. Michael Keaton is
Yes.
a national treasure.
So Pete, you said that it's not real. I'm not going to die. So here was my response to that. Even though you understand that you're not going to die, part of the this whole thing that you did was for you to immerse yourself in this and understand that your choices
Mm-hmm.
have consequences for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, hopefully I'm not reaching. But when Christians
Milk.
take a lackadaisical attitude about their Christian experience, believing I'm not going to perish from this, you still have to consider that the choices you make from Sunday to Friday might have an effect on Sabbath because you're here in the building. Your life.
There you go. You caught up.
All right.
You had a delay
Okay.
there for a second. but
I'm
it caught
sorry.
up. No worries.
Your life, the choices you make when you are part of a church family, congregation, whatever you want to call it, what I do during the week might have implications on Sabbath, on my other brothers and sisters, even when I post things on social media.
Wouldn't you say especially when you post things on social media? All of that stuff has a life.
Absolutely.
Outside of once you do that. But
absolutely. So Connor's life affects Jesse's life, that affects whatever that girl's life.
Marcus affects.
Yeah, Marcus. All of these stories run together, and at the end, you saw that they all converged.
Right.
So if you played them separately, like this doesn't affect that, later on down the road, you were going to find out, oh man, the choices I made, that's why they're here like this, and that's why the little girl died because
because you
I
didn't
thought
know
they
how to
were
do
all
that.
severed.
But now here's the
Yeah.
thing. Micah, this is something Micah taught me because when we were early on in the game, Micah wanted to make sure
He
that,
needs some milk.
yeah,
Stop.
you saw it. Micah
You
wanted
need
to
some
make
milk.
sure that I read everything or that we had what was it, Micah? We had to look at everything in his house. And I
Yeah,
was like, I didn't see the value in doing it at the time. But us doing that then allowed us to unlock what his son's name was in the end, which guaranteed our victory in the game. Because we
'cause
wouldn't
if
have
not, he
known it
would have killed him.
otherwise. Otherwise we would have been dead.
And that was awesome too, because it's just something laying there. You have the option to read it,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't think it's that important until you get down the road and realize, doggone it, I should have read that.
Mm-hmm.
But since this was a game, it's possible that you could have gone back and read it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other part is in life, sometimes you don't get that chance. And so from this experience, I'm hoping the viewers understand, even though this was a game, it kind of runs parallel to life because, like you said earlier, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
And never take for granted that life is the way it is. If God has ordered your steps, whatever's in front of you, do that.
Now
Whatever
I
your hands
want
find to do,
to
do
do
it
it
for the
well.
glory of the Lord. Yeah, do it for the glory of God, because you have no idea how your actions in this moment will
Can
affect
impact someone
future
else's.
opportunity. Yeah, future opportunities, bro.
And that's I think what we come down to as we started this whole thing talking about whether or not I was a gamer. Because I only played this game, although it was for 10 weeks, it was only an hour a week. We would play on Sundays, and we recorded my gameplay. And by virtue of that, because I never, if I asked the question, if I never play a video game again, am I a gamer? And the interesting thing about that is we won't allow people to call themselves Christian if they only went to church 1 hour a week, but they didn't play no games no other times. They didn't do gaming backgrounds. But isn't that, but your actual church experience is literally only about an hour a week. Yet that experience is supposed to fuel you into doing everything else. And there's supposed to be personal study and time alone and all of that kind of stuff in order to develop into a more grounded Christian, a more whole Christian, a better equipped Christian. So for every person out there, I'll accept this moniker that you all have placed upon me, saying that what is that now that you're holding? I don't know what that is.
You
Pow
need to get another
block,
game to you. Is that what
Mario.
you're saying?
What is
It's
that,
literally
Micah?
Mario. It's
Are
Mario
you,
Kart. Dad, we had Mario Kart since the day I was almost born.
don't do that with him.
I still don't understand what you're
His
talking about.
Hey Micah, his comments is basically saying he needs another game. He's a gamer now.
No, all I'm saying is I'll accept the moniker. I would not
How does
call
he
myself a
not?
gamer. I'm not playing no
It's a
bunch of
POW.
video games with all y'all.
It's a
But
POW block. Everybody knows the POW block.
you know what?
Yeah,
This is
you
what
know
we
what
gonna
that
do.
is.
All right, I'm cutting off the whole stream. Thank you
No,
for
hold
watching
on.
us
No,
here
no, 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 no,
mumble
no, no,
one to
no, no,
another
no, no,
because
no.
these two are now
Listen.
annoying me. I don't want to do this
No,
anymore, and I'm the
no,
one in
listen,
control.
listen. Okay, but hold on though. But do you not understand that your experience as a gamer can have, like, your experience as a gamer can have influence on your spiritual walk and vice versa? Even if it's something like draw for Jackbox TV, whatever, you can gain spiritual understanding in a way, possibly. I'm saying possibly,
Mm-hmm.
in a way that you wouldn't get anywhere else or whatever. Which, let me ask you a question. Did this seem beneath you? Like, did you feel like this was diminishing you as a person?
What, playing this game with y'all?
Yes.
No, I did not, because I didn't think I was. I wouldn't think I was so much greater than a gamer. I question the amount of time spent playing video games because I've got a son in my house that I think should be using his time wisely. And because he allows gaming to take up the time he should be spent doing his chores or his homework or keeping his room clean. So those are life things that, as a parent, we have to keep dealing with because my son likes playing games. He will try to watch gameplay when he's supposed to be making breakfast, and as a result, he don't clean up after himself. So those are parental issues that we have as it comes to what gaming means. Now, I will at the same time place the caveat that gaming does allow for communal growth, communal connection, community growth, or rather, I should say, that people do gain the ability to process information quickly, similar to that of a quarterback who plays football, that you're able to take in and figure out and work through. So there is value to if that to being a gamer and the kinds of games you play. I want to really quickly give a shout out to Enyina Wachuku. I don't know if you're still there, Enyina. I hope you're still watching. I saw your comment earlier, and I wanted to comment on it, and I didn't get the chance to. So I hope you're still watching.
Well, the reason why I asked that.
What is that, Mike?
The reason I said thank you, Miss Nochuku.
Mister.
Mister.
Wachuku. It's not the person you know.
No, I didn't. It was a guess. It was a guess.
Oh, well, the reason why I asked you that is because I really thought that it was dope once again that you did this. But it's something that I struggle with personally. That my being a gamer or something like that, like, is this a thing that in the eyes of other people is diminishing who I am or what I'm about? But then after a while, it was like, you know what? I'm able to reach people that by living up to those people's conceived, because this is my dementia. Obviously, I never asked them anything. So living up to what I think they think about me for doing this would have kept me from reaching the people that I have reached, from being able to have a voice with people that I probably would not have had a voice with before. To me, that's valuable. But I'm not Dr. Brooks.
Hey, there is no diminishing. There is what is it? Is it Galatians that says that there is no bond nor free? There's no male, no female, no Jew nor Greek. There is no one better than anyone else. All have sinned and come short of the glory. We're all born in dust. So when I'm looking at another person, this is just dust looking at other dust. You know what I mean? We're all created beings. So to your point, some of that can be, your own thinking about yourself. And I would recommend you change the stories you tell yourself about yourself and put that on repeat rather than the negative stories that we can get involved in telling ourselves. Listen, guys, we've spent a good bit of time today. I threatened to cancel before, but we got to get to the end. Thank you for your time with us today. If you were watching on Facebook or YouTube, it looks like we had all Facebook comments today. So we appreciate all of you who watch with us and are going through this. We try to keep up with our Syncretize week to week, and we might just stick to, what we'll do, guys, because now that I'm a big time gamer and all, we might have to just stick with talking about games for this. And
I'm gonna bring another game over there.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yay!
I don't want to do another gameplay thing.
Which game?
Come on, man.
All right. Let's see what game would it be? What game?
Don't worry. This will be a co-op, so you'll have to play with Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do that, and hopefully it's not one so long meter game that we got to play all the way to the end. But it's something we could play and then we could talk about if that's.
Who is that?
And this is the War Doctor from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not even a video game.
Yeah. Okay. You want a video? Okay. You want a video game?
Later, Juan. Hey. No. Just everybody say bye to Juan. Say thank you for watching, Juan.
Thank you,
Juan.
All
right, Appreciate you.
We don't have to keep sharing toys with each other. Grow up.
First of all,
all right. I'm gonna
They
end
are
it. I'm ending right
figurines.
now. What I'm going to do is be the adult.
You ain't got
now.
to say
You
ain't
are
got to say toys though.
bye.
You ain't got to say toys though.
Bye. That's what they
Why
are.
we got
They're toys.
that?
They're toys.
No,
It's the
they're
collector.
figurines